Where do you think you're going?
Since you're not happy, go do you, and I'ma go do me.
Wanna forget about everything we have going on between me and you, then go just do what you gotta do.
Okay.
You never ever loved me.
One of the biggest conversations during the gathering centered around Amara and Tip because their relationship has gradually become one of the most talked about storylines this season. What may have started as a disagreement has clearly grown into something much deeper, with both women carrying frustrations that have built up over time. By this point, it no longer feels like they're simply arguing over one specific incident. Instead, every new interaction seems to reopen old wounds that were never fully addressed in the first place. From Tip's perspective, she appears to believe she's simply being honest and speaking on situations that she feels deserve attention. Throughout the season, she's consistently voiced her opinions, even when she knew they might not be well received. At the same time, some of the other women have questioned whether she has become too involved in situations that don't directly concern her. As the conversations continue, that perception has only fueled more tension between her and Amara Point One.
Hey guys, good morning. You know, normally I'm on live doing my yes and everything, but I just got out of the hospital. I was taken to the hospital from the retreat and spent 3 days there. I had kidney failure. It's as serious as it sounds. In my case, it's because of drinking. Sadly, I've been here before. Back in my time, when I used to be dancing in the club, I was underage. I did what I had to do to make the money and, to survive and help my family and provide. And I'm a shy person, so I needed that, alcohol in my system and everything to actually be able to work. I became an alcoholic as a teen when I was working in a club. I was drinking 25 alcohol bottles in a day. And I've been having a rough time, especially with the fallout with Jacque, and started to drink too much again. You don't want to end up like me in the hospital bed and praying to God, asking him for a second chance, not to die. You don't want to be there. So take care of yourself, guys. Do better while you still can.
Let's get some fluids in your system. Yeah, drink a little something. Yeah, listen, I'm here to help. Even though we've been through a lot and we've been estranged, I will always be here when she needs someone. No matter what, I love her, and I can't bear to see her hurting. Let's get you out this bag. There we go.
My back hurts.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just like that. All right. Relax a little bit. Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate you for coming today.
Of course. No matter what is happening right now between us, I'ma always be there for you. And always remember that.
You love me?
You know I love you. Come on now.
Really love you. I see you as a good father figure for my son. And you a good man. You're a good person.
It's nice that she feels this way. But Pinky is the one who wanted to see other people.
I think it's something I would like to do. An open relationship.
What are you talking about? We just went public. Which was frustrating because our previous biggest fight was about me not claiming her.
I'm supposed to be a girl and we walk into different places and you act like, we're not even together. And I don't like that.
And I'm still thinking about what I found out in the studio with Sanye the other day.
You doing all this for a bitch that's literally laying with every in Miami
For years.
What? What are you talking about?
I just heard from a few of my friends that she
At the end of the day, you made sure to be down my back so that everybody know that we're in a relationship. And now I'm hearing people saying well, Pinky, she's outside doing her thing.
What you mean?
What you think I mean? Are you out there getting your clapped up?
You said that you heard. With who?
Kent, he said, yo, listen, Jacque, I want you to holler at D because he wants you to squash everything. I said, okay, cool, let's do it. I went there, D was there, and then also Sanye. Sanye was like, listen, your girl out there. Answer my question. Yes or no?
It was a mistake. I was going through something and I never wanted to go cheat on you, but I was at my lowest moment.
At the end of the day, I came here, there's nobody else is here besides me making sure you good. I'm out here really breaking my back. and then you want to go out there, do your own thing, and do things behind my back? It's not fair, because I really care about you. And the thing about it is, like, really me up, because I feel like you play with me in my face. And you know how I feel about you. Yeah, I'm done.
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, bro?
Let me go.
No. Where do you think you're going?
Since you're not happy, go do you, and I'ma go do me.
Want to forget about everything we have going on between me and you, then go just do what you gotta do.
Okay.
You never ever loved me.
Got you. The fact that she's being unfaithful to me was too hard to hear. I can't be emotionally invested, especially when someone playing me like that. I'd rather be with someone who's actually gonna love me for me.
This situation between Jacque and Pinkydoll quickly became one of the most emotional moments on Love and Hip Hop Miami, because it wasn't simply about one disagreement. It was about two people approaching the same situation from completely different perspectives, with both believing their feelings were valid. Instead of finding common ground, they found themselves speaking from places of hurt, disappointment, and vulnerability. That's what made the conversation so difficult to watch, because neither person seemed to feel fully understood. From Jacque's perspective, the issue appeared to go far beyond learning about Pinkydoll's past. His frustration seemed rooted in the timing of when certain information came to light. After investing time, energy, and emotions into building a relationship, he felt blindsided by details he believed should have been discussed much earlier. For him, honesty wasn't just another part of a relationship. It was the foundation everything else was built upon. Once that foundation started to feel uncertain, it naturally caused him to question other aspects of the relationship as well. When people begin building a future together, trust becomes one of the most valuable things they share. Difficult conversations are rarely enjoyable, but many people would rather hear an uncomfortable truth directly from the person they care about than discover it unexpectedly later. That appeared to be where much of Jacque's disappointment came from. It wasn't necessarily that the past existed. It was that he felt he didn't have the opportunity to process everything together from the beginning. As the discussion continued, it became clear that Jacque wasn't simply reacting out of anger. Beneath that frustration was disappointment and confusion. When expectations and reality don't align, people often begin asking themselves difficult questions. They wonder what else they may not know, whether communication has been completely open, and whether future conversations will be handled differently. Those unanswered questions can sometimes become even more challenging than the original issue itself. At the same time, Pinkydoll's perspective added another important layer to the conversation. She appeared to feel that she was being judged based on one chapter of her life instead of the person she has worked to become. Many people have experiences they aren't proud of, or periods they would rather leave behind. For someone trying to move forward, constantly having those moments brought back into focus can feel discouraging and emotionally exhausting. Throughout the conversation, Pinkydoll tried to explain that she had gone through a difficult period in her life and that her circumstances at the time didn't reflect who she believes she is today. She wanted the focus to be on her personal growth rather than on mistakes or hardships from the past. That's an understandable desire for anyone who has worked hard to change their life and leave painful experiences behind. Unfortunately, when both people enter a conversation carrying emotional wounds, understanding each other becomes much more difficult. Jacque approached the discussion feeling disappointed, while Pinkydoll approached it feeling vulnerable and defensive. Those emotions naturally created an environment where each response seemed to intensify the disagreement instead of bringing them closer to a resolution. One of the realities of Love and Hip Hop Miami is that deeply personal conversations often unfold with cameras present, adding another layer of pressure to already emotional situations. Private relationship challenges that might normally be worked through quietly suddenly become public discussions, making every misunderstanding feel even more significant. that additional pressure can make it harder for both people to communicate clearly and calmly. For Jacque and Pinkydoll, the central question became whether they could separate the past from the present. Jacque wanted clarity and transparency moving forward, while Pinkydoll wanted the opportunity to be accepted for who she is now rather than who she once was. Those two goals aren't necessarily incompatible, but reaching them requires patience, empathy, and open communication from both sides. Communication seemed to be at the heart of the conflict. Difficult topics rarely become easier by delaying them. In fact, waiting too long can sometimes create even greater misunderstandings because the other person begins wondering what else hasn't been discussed. At the same time, timing isn't the only factor that matters. The environment, the level of trust, and the emotional readiness of both people also influence how those conversations unfold. Another emotional moment came when Pinkydoll became visibly overwhelmed during the discussion. Her reaction suggested that the conversation touched on much deeper emotions than the immediate disagreement itself. Sometimes people respond strongly not only because of what's happening in the present, but because the situation brings back memories of struggles they've worked hard to overcome. Those emotions can be difficult to separate in the moment. Jacque's reaction also reflected how deeply invested he appeared to be in the relationship. While frustration can sometimes come across as anger, it often stems from disappointment or fear of losing something meaningful. When people care deeply about a relationship, they usually want answers rather than simply walking away without explanation. His willingness to continue the difficult conversation suggested that the relationship mattered enough for him to seek understanding, even if the discussion became uncomfortable. Perhaps the saddest part of the entire exchange was that both people seemed to be asking for something very similar. Pinkydoll wanted understanding, compassion, and the chance to be accepted without being permanently defined by her past. Jacque wanted openness, honesty, and reassurance that nothing important would be hidden from him going forward. Neither request is unreasonable on its own, yet finding a balance between them proved incredibly challenging. Instead of meeting somewhere in the middle, the conversation gradually shifted toward defending individual perspectives. Once people begin focusing primarily on protecting themselves emotionally, genuine listening often becomes more difficult. Each response turns into a reaction rather than an opportunity to better understand the other person's feelings. As the discussion unfolded, trust became the central issue. Trust usually develops gradually through consistent communication, shared experiences, and reliability. However, uncertainty can emerge much more quickly, especially when someone feels they have learned important information later than expected. Rebuilding confidence after that point requires honesty, patience, and continued effort from both people. Pinkydoll's experience also highlighted how difficult it can be to move beyond a painful chapter when others continue viewing you through that lens. Many people hope to be recognized for their growth rather than permanently defined by past circumstances. Wanting that opportunity doesn't erase the importance of honesty, but it does highlight the emotional complexity of sharing deeply personal experiences. Meanwhile, Jacque's perspectives emphasized another important reality of serious relationships. As commitment grows, so do expectations surrounding openness and transparency. When someone envisions building a future with another person, they naturally want to feel that major parts of each other's lives have been discussed honestly. Even if those conversations are uncomfortable, ultimately, this situation wasn't about assigning simple labels of right or wrong. It became a conversation about timing, communication, trust, vulnerability, and the challenges that arise when two people process the same experience in completely different ways.